Picture this. In the colorful town of Bloopertown, where houses sneezed confetti and lampposts liked to dance, something very strange happened one sunny morning. A hat was whispering. Not just any hat. A tall black hat with a rainbow ribbon sat in the middle of Main Street, rocking side to side and saying in a tiny voice, "Psst, somebody help me." People gasped. A baker dropped 6 cupcakes. A dog barked backward. Even the town clock hiccuped. Nobody had ever seen a talking hat before, but then it got worse. The hat suddenly bounced 3 feet in the air and shouted, "Wrong street! I asked for Maple Lane!" Everyone screamed in surprise, then laughed because the hat sounded grumpy. Right then, 2 best friends came zooming down the road on a wobbling scooter. Milo, who wore giant sneakers and loved solving silly mysteries, and Poppy, who carried a backpack full of snacks, string, and things nobody understood. The scooter skidded. Boing! They stopped beside the hat. Milo blinked. "Did the hat just yell at the road?" "It did," said Poppy. "And honestly, fair point." The hat cleared its throat. "I am Sir Whisperton III, magical hat of great importance. Also, I seem to be lost." Poppy crouched down. "A lost hat?" "Yes," said the hat proudly, "and I need to reach Mayor Bumble before sunset." Milo smiled. "We can help." The hat sighed. "Wonderful. Try not to trip." Too late. Milo stepped on a banana peel nobody noticed. Slip! He spun in a full circle, landed in a flower cart, and came out wearing 3 tulips on his head. Poppy laughed so hard she snorted. That was moment 1. The silly mistake had begun. Sir Whisperton groaned. "This may take forever." They hurried through Bloopertown, but every few steps the hat whispered directions so quietly no one could hear. "Left to the jelly fountain," it mumbled. "What?" said Milo. "Left!" They turned too sharply and rolled straight into a bubble parade. Pop, pop, pop. Suddenly, bubbles filled the street. Children cheered. The scooter floated. Poppy grabbed the handlebars. "We're airborne!" But wait. From behind them came a rumbling sound. The town's cleaning robot, Sweepy 5000, rolled into view with spinning brushes and blinking lights. Its sensors locked onto the hat. "Loose item detected," it beeped. "Preparing to tidy." The hat gasped. "It wants to vacuum me!" And just like that, the chase began. Moment 2. Milo and Poppy raced down the street on the scooter, while Sweepy zoomed after them, brushes spinning wildly. Zoom! They dodged fruit stands. They leaped over puddles. They slid under laundry lines. One sock landed on Milo's face. "I can't see! You're steering into a cabbage!" Crash! Cabbages rolled everywhere like bowling balls. Sweepy slipped on one and spun in circles. Everyone clapped, but nobody saw this coming. As they turned into Pebble Park, the scooter sputtered, coughed, and stopped. Silence. Sweepy's motor sound grew louder. The hat whispered nervously, "I regret everything." Then, from the nearby pond came a cheerful quack. A duck wearing tiny roller skates glided toward them. Poppy pointed. "Captain Waddles!" Everyone in Bloopertown knew Captain Waddles, the duck who helped whenever things got weird, which was often. Moment 3. The unexpected helper had arrived. Captain Waddles tossed them a rope with his beak. Milo blinked. "You carry rescue rope?" The duck winked. They tied the rope to a wagon nearby. Captain Waddles grabbed the front and skated with shocking speed. The wagon flew forward. Sweepy chased behind. The hat screamed politely. They sped through the park, over a bridge, around a statue of a dancing potato, and straight towards City Hall. "We're going to make it!" shouted Milo. But then it got worse. A marching band came around the corner. Trumpets blared, drums boomed, tubas wobbled. Captain Waddles panicked, turned sharply, and the wagon launched into the air. Everyone floated for one dramatic second. Then, boing, crash, honk! They landed inside a giant stack of pillows outside Mrs. Flump's furniture shop. Pillows exploded everywhere. Feathers rained from the sky. Sweepy drove into the pile and disappeared completely. Only one blinking light remained visible. The crowd cheered. Milo lifted the hat from a pillow. "We're close now." But Sir Whisperton looked worried. "There is something I haven't told you." Poppy narrowed her eyes. "That usually means trouble." The hat gulped. "I do not simply talk. I also sing." The ribbon glowed. The hat burst into dramatic opera. "Oh, I am a hat of destiny!" Windows shook. Birds flew backward. Street signs rattled. Milo covered his ears. "Why now?" "Stress triggers it," cried the hat. That's when things got weird. Sweepy burst from the pillows, now covered in feathers and very determined. "Mess level extreme," it beeped. "Emergency clean mode." Its brushes doubled in size. Everything had gone wrong. Moment 4. They ran into City Hall and slammed the doors behind them. Inside, Mayor Bumble was practicing speeches in front of a mirror. He jumped. "Why is there a singing hat in my building?" "No time!" shouted Poppy. Sweepy rammed the doors. Bang! 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 Mayor Bumble fainted onto a beanbag chair. Milo paced fast. "We need a plan!" Poppy opened her backpack. Inside were crackers, glue, string, a spoon, 2 marbles, a kite tail, and 1 banana. "Perfect," she said. "For what?" asked everyone. "The comeback." Moment 5. The smart comeback had arrived. They tied string from one pillar to another, balanced marbles on the floor, spread glue on a welcome mat, attached the kite tail to the ceiling fan, and placed the banana in the center. Milo whispered, "This is either genius or nonsense." "Yes," said Poppy. The doors burst open. Sweepy charged in. It rolled over the marbles. Wobble, wobble! Its brushes hit the string. Snap! The ceiling fan turned on. The kite tail wrapped around Sweepy. It spun onto the glue mat, then slid directly into the banana. Peel squeak! Sweepy twirled 3 times and gently landed inside a giant laundry basket. Its screen flashed. Tidy mode cancelled. Need nap. The room erupted in cheers. Captain Waddles saluted from the doorway. Mayor Bumble woke up and clapped weakly. Sir Whisperton floated proudly onto the mayor's head. At once, the hat stopped singing. Its whisper became calm and wise. "Mayor Bumble, Bloopertown needs one thing. The mayor listened carefully. Everyone leaned closer. The hat whispered the message into his ear. The mayor gasped, then smiled. He ran outside, rang the town bell, and announced, "Today is official free ice cream day!" The whole town exploded with joy. Scoops flew everywhere. Music played. Children danced. Even Sweepy got one tiny cone in its basket. Milo and Poppy laughed as confetti rained down. "We actually did it," said Milo. "With help from a duck," said Poppy. "And a dramatic hat." Sir Whisperton tipped himself proudly. As the sun set over Bloopertown, everyone celebrated in the glowing streets. But wait. One final whisper floated through the air, from a nearby shoe rack. "Psst! I think I'm magical too." Everyone turned slowly. A sneaker winked.